Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Keshante Chantel, and we are going to be doing a very lightweight, sweat-proof, heat-resistant makeup look today. It is getting so hot, and I live in the South. I live in Columbia, South Carolina. So if you can imagine, it gets super hot here. So I'm gonna show you ways that I prolong my makeup and keep it just basically long-lasting, all-day wear. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned because we're gonna go ahead and get started with this tutorial. All right, so with the change of weather, my skin typically gets super dry. So I like to go in with a lightweight lotion-based moisturizer. This one is the Dramatically Different lotion from Clinique. So I feel like if you do a lotion, it will not cause your skin to be super oily, definitely lightweight, and this just helps my makeup to lay down really good because it's not super thick. And if you want your makeup to be long lasting, you're going to need a good primer. So I'm using the Power Grip Primer from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I have used this multiple times on my channel. This is a really good, affordable primer. I like the tackiness and the consistency of it. It just has a lot of grip, so it's gonna help that foundation to stick, but it's not like that oil slick type primer that typically feels like your makeup is gonna roll off your skin. So during the summertime, I typically like a more mattifying foundation. This one is the Nars Soft Matte foundation. It's a medium to full coverage foundation, but you can go super full if you do like additional stuff like powders, but I like to keep it lightweight during the summer, so we're gonna use this one. And if you're going for a more natural look, start off with less of the product, of course, and just blend that in. This gives my skin like that really soft matte finish that's just, it looks like I have a filter on, and I like that because, you know, I do have imperfections in my skin, but this is one that's gonna help hide and cover some of that. Now, because I typically don't tan during the summertime, I actually don't like tanning at all, but I do go with a more warmer tone foundation. So the shade that I'm using is Tahoe, which is medium deep 2. And I do like a brighter under eye, and then I'm going in with the Anastasia Cosmetics concealer in the shade 10. So I'm gonna start off with the Anastasia. This one is super full coverage, so I like to put it right here in the inner corners of the eye. That's kind of where I wanna keep it. And then halfway to the center of the lid. And then I also do just a little bit on the chin, and then like that upside down triangle in the center of the forehead. Now I got this brush, it's dirty now, but whatever. I got this brush from TJ Maxx. It is the Spa Sister 7012V brush. I absolutely love this for concealer. You guys, it just pushes that product in and I can just swipe it out. I love the way that this just blends in. I wish they had more. They only had one and I had to get it. But look how that just blends that product in. All right, so next I'm gonna be using my cream bronzer. This one is by Anastasia in a shade Terracotta, and I'm just gonna use this brush just to lightly press into that, and then I will keep that bronzer like right in the area, right there. Do a little bit on top of the forehead, and then I'm gonna go over this with the brush that we use the foundation. So I'm gonna use that foundation brush that still has some of that foundation on it, just to blend and mix in the product, because that is going to help diffuse it and give it like this more bronzy, natural look. So it just looks like your skin has been kissed by the sun. All right, so I'm gonna be using my Fix Plus from MAC. That is just gonna help to refresh my skin. You don't use this to set your makeup because Fix Plus, believe it or not, is not a setting spray. Even though some people use it that way, and it's totally fine. What works for you, but just because I've been in the makeup industry for a long time, I know that this is not a setting spray. All right, next we're gonna go in, we're gonna set our under eye concealer using the Mercier Translucent powder. I'm just gonna fix underneath the eye where there may have been any creases, because once you go in and you put that powder down, it will set any imperfection. So you just got to make sure that you have just smoothed them out. Some people prefer to use a brush when setting their under eye. I like to use these powder puffs. I get them off of Shein and they're so inexpensive. So I'll pick up the powder on a powder puff, just kind of rub it in the hand just a little bit to diffuse it. And I go in and I start stamping that powder down. And you see that just sets the under eye so nicely. This one's a little bit shiny, this one is more matte. And when you're setting your under eye, make sure that you start off with a little bit of powder. If you want to go back in and bake, you can, but if you put too much powder on, powder will grab moisture and make things either darker or a little bit too cakey, and it'll also accentuate the lines and wrinkles under your eyes. So now that we've gone in with the first layer, we're gonna go back in with a little bit more, and this is where that brightening just really comes into place. And I'm still just stamping very lightly. Underneath your eye is the most delicate area on your face because the skin is so thin. So you don't want to go in there just being a heavy hitter underneath the eye. Just treat it very delicate. So I'm just dusting off any excess powder just to diffuse it. It's still leaving the areas that I want to highlight a little bit brighter, but it's not making it so much a focus and it's not looking super cakey and powdery. Next, I'm gonna go in with a warm tone bronzer, and this is just gonna bronze up my skin, but this is also gonna set where we put the cream bronzer. So I just like to lightly tap that into the skin, and then I will go around the perimeter of the forehead. And as you can see, it's starting to slowly warm that skin up a little bit more. And guess what? I'm gonna go back in with the Fix Plus and I'm just gonna spray my skin again. All right guys, I'm gonna do my eyebrows and eyes off camera. If you'd like a tutorial on that, just let me know, but I will be right back. All right, so now that I have like my eyes and my lips done, I did go in with a little bit of blush, but what I'm gonna do next to just ensure that the makeup locks in place, I am gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I'm just gonna take a brush and pick some of that up. I'm just gonna lightly press on top of where we put all of those powders. That is going to help mattify, but this does give your skin like a little bit of a sheen so it doesn't look like a drying powder. As you can see with me going over everything, it still looks hydrated and smooth. So this really does help your makeup to stay on throughout the day. And one of my last and final steps is the setting spray. So I'm gonna go in with Morphe's Continuous Mist Setting Spray. I like this one because it just gives a very misty, fresh feeling, and it just doesn't get concentrated in one area like some other setting sprays. So we're gonna take this and just spray our face. This is gonna lock everything in. And that is it. That is gonna help your makeup stay on all day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope these tips help, and I'm pretty sure that your makeup is gonna stay flawless throughout the day. All of those extra layers do help, and although it seems like a lot, it does still leave your makeup looking natural and fresh. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have the most amazing day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join my beautiful online family, and I will see you in my next video.